So we're here again, and as it is energy balance yoga, we get to have the Ascended Masters cards, these lovely cards, and I picked one just now, and this is interesting. Clear and shield your energy, which is great for our class today, and this interesting fellow Moyra, and he's a member of the family of Kashmir in the 1800s, and he's kind of let me see what. Oh yes, he was connected to the Madame Blavatsky and Theosophical Society, which is a very interesting thing to look up. And clear and shield your energy. Well, that's what we're doing today. So taking time to just kind of have that clarity, breathe, move, and be in our bodies for this next hour. So with that, let us ring the bell. This is the beginning of the clearing. This beautiful sound of the bell, you know. Yes. I always think the bells are kind of clearing, cleansing. If you have incense you want to burn that now, then go for it, you know. Enjoy yourself. Make yourself, create your little temple in your own home. And I'm going to take my own advice. I have my little detox oil here. I'm going to just put some in my hands. Because it just, why not? You know, if you have a little bit of oil or have some incense you want to. Oh, citrus, fantastic. So we're going to start standing, going with our energy theme. Let's see how we go today. Let's just stand with your feet. Just have a little step, foot to foot. Just feel your feet on the ground. Maybe the first time today you felt your feet on the ground. And if you did get out of bed the wrong side, then you might have not even put your foot on the ground. You might just fell out of bed. Definitely in one of those moods. So we lift the toes up and we place them down. Just place them. Really feel that connection. Every single toe, pressing them into the earth. Then lift the heels up. Lift them high off the ground, like you're being lifted up, and then lay them down. So we see if we can slowly lay those heels down. So we're feeling the ground with the feet a little bit, and then we'll have a little bounce just to, again, feel the earth and get that earth energy kicking up into the body and acknowledging the body. So shoulders are nice and relaxed, just lifting, just kind of lift and drop, and then have the knees bend, and then we let the heels just bounce. And breathe, breathing into the nostrils. Just land, arrive. Knees are nice and soft all the time, so that little kick up from the ground is nice and gentle, not too much of a shock. Just enough of a shock just to wake up the body. I can feel that on the top of the head. Okay. And let's have a little bit of a cleanse, a little bit of a sweep. So we're going to start off at the top, we just sweep the face and the head. We just have a little sweep, an energy sweep. It's going to clear and cleanse around the throat and the shoulders. And then we go to the shoulders, down the front of the left arm, sweep down, sweep it off, sweeping off the day, inside arm up to the fingers. And then we take the other side, neck, shoulder, down the back of the arm, and then the inside of the arm, just sweeping off the fingers. And down the front of the body, around the front of the body, you have to get the ribs there, belly, front of the hips, down the legs, down to the knees, sweep off the front of the feet, lovely, and then down the back of the neck, down the back of the body, sweeping. Oh, it feels good just to feel the whole surface of my skin, down the backs of the thighs, down the backs of the calves, down to the ankles, and then we just sweep off the bottom of the feet. All together. Breathe out from the mouth. Good. And let's lift the shoulders up. Squeeze them out by the ears. Let's think about these shoulders and neck. In through the nostrils, out through the mouth. Good. And again, breathing into the nostrils, squeeze up. Out through the mouth. Good. And again, one more time. Breathing in. Out through the mouth. Roll the shoulders back 3 times. So make it really slow and long. 1, 2, let the knees bend as the shoulders go down. 3, backwards. And then we go 3 times forwards. 1, squeeze. Lift them high, drop them low. And 3. Okay, take the feet a bit further apart. Let's loosen everything up. Bend the knees, And just twist on your center. Making sure you keep lifting the heels off the ground so you don't twist your knees. Sometimes you get a bit, I can sometimes get a bit vigorous with these twists. And then I really need to keep everything soft. So it's keeping the knees bent. You're keeping the body upright and strong. It's not rigid, but it's staying stable. It's a difference. Stability. We want stability. From that stability, from that ground, we can be really fluid and flowing. Just what the body's doing, it's just flowing and floating. Feeling the space around you, feeling the air, the coolness of the temperature of the air around you. Yeah, just swirling up the energy, swirling up the air around you as well. And let's just repattern the energy. So right hand on left shoulder, sweep down to the right hip and sweep off. 2, 3. Let's have one for luck. Yeah, an extra one. Left hand on the right shoulder. 1 to the left hip. 2. Yeah, watching it with your eyes. 3. Sweep them right off. So really sweeping off, reconnecting everything. And I'm going to lift left knee, meet it with the right hand, and then do the opposite. Keep the weight in the ball of the foot. Keep it bright and lively. And you can move very, very fast. If you feel like, yeah, I want to get a bit warm, or you can make it quite slow. You can choose whatever your pace is. As long as you are keeping it fairly light, not letting your heels land either at all or very hard on the ground. Just tread lightly. Just tread lightly on this earth. It can kind of be open to us and feed us a little bit. And we're going to meet the opposite toe. So we extend the leg. And again, keep it light, keep it lively. So again, checking that you're not dropping the heels too heavily on the ground. Breathe. Don't forget to breathe in and out through the nostrils. Breathe. Yeah. Get the energy moving. Get the breath moving around. Out to the side. The arm comes over the head. This arm here. So we've got this lovely kind of opposite movement. When I do this, and I see myself doing this, it's like, I imagine like this yin-yang shape with two swirls going in opposite directions. I'm really thinking about the leg coming out as far as is comfortable for you. We're not pushing, we're just enjoying the flow. And then we'll just finish with the funny one because it's a funny day. So we put the left hand, could put the left foot behind, give that a little smack with the right hand. Other arm goes over the head. Stay on the ball of the foot. And let's just laugh at ourselves a little bit. However it's been today, whatever things have happened, funny things, strange things, unexpected things, we can smile and we can laugh. And then come to a stop. Just standing, looking at your feet again, checking in with your feet, checking in with your body. Breathe in through the nostrils, out through the mouth. Let's just pummel this chest area. So remember, in all the practices, I always like to have a little bit of a reminder to be in this heart center, to at least have some part of our attention on the heart, on our spiritual center, if you like. The sides here. Make some sound, open up the sound waves, breathing in. Shake the hands off, maybe rotate the wrists a few times, watching the hands, rotating in one direction. Just let yourself settle a little bit. We've whipped it up a little, whipped up the energy, and the other way around. Just finding these beautiful circles and spirals in the body, watching the hands. These very important things, this feeling of touch, touching ourselves, touching the air, touching our bodies. Yeah. And then we're going to bring the heels to the back side just to wake up the legs a little bit. I'm going to use the legs today, so let's get them lively. Kick us up on the back side. Breathe. Keep the chest open, keep the front of the body long, starting to think about your posture, standing upright and strong. And then we're going to lift up the knee and open it out to the side, opening up those hips. So we're thinking about that fluidity of movement, the fluid of the body, that fluid movement of energy, and that combination of strong, dynamic, direct energy, and that soft, kind of yielding, fluid energy. In our practice, we're trying to integrate these aspects of ourselves. And just to clear out, sweep out any of the rubbish, let's have a half breath. Let's have a ha, as that seems to be the funny thing today. Breathing in through the nostrils, then ha ha ha. Swing the arms, enjoy the ha ha. Let yourself laugh. Ha ha ha. Particularly if it doesn't feel very funny. Breathing in, look up, and then ha ha ha. Let's see if we can go one more time. Let's do as many ha ha as we can. Yeah, that can get you going a little bit. Come to the front of the mat. Let's just stand for a moment. Find your feet on the ground. Enjoy your body standing. Yeah, feeling balanced. Feeling your knees are soft. Feeling the connection between your feet and the earth. We're going to come into Trikonasana triangle. Weight on the left foot, step back with the right. Good. Feet at right angles. Breathe in, lift the arms up. Breathing out, bring the arms down to shoulder height. Breathing in, open the chest, open the palms wide. Breathing out, reaching over to your left. As far as you can, then reach down. Make connection with the leg. Reach up away from it with the right. Maybe you see there's a bit more space. If you've been doing this for a while, you've been practicing triangle for a while, then maybe there's a bit more space you can move into. But just watch that place that is in between, you know, kind of finding a very nice, comfortable posture and a little bit going out of the comfort zone or good of the edge without compromising your posture, your asana. Soften the knees, give them a little bend. So you're engaging with the thighs. Feel your thighs, feel your legs. Drop the right shoulder away from the right ear. Look up at those fingers. Yeah, just give them a little wiggle to remind yourself to connect with those fingers in the eyes and the chest. Use the inhale to come up. Exhale, lower the arms down softly and slowly. So find that softness with dynamic. Bend into the right knee. Bring yourself back to the front of the mat. Find that poise and grace. Weight on the right foot, step back with the left. Same distance. Square the hips. Breathing in, lift the arms up. Breathing out, bring the arms down to shoulder height. Breathing in, open the chest. Big smile across the chest. Breathing out, reaching over to your right and down. Meet the lower leg. Wherever you reach it, you can press against it. Have a little twist happening. Again, just find that place, that balance between, yeah, this is comfortable. I know this place too. Oh, I'm just finding a little edge there. Make sure you kind of bend the knees slightly so you can find that soft, again, in between place, positioning of the knees, which is a straight knee, not a locked knee. So they're active, they're engaged, you feel your thighs, you feel your hip, everything is open, the left side of the waist is open, your fingers extending towards the ceiling and looking at them with your eyes, staying involved with your body. Use the inhale to come up. Exhale, lower the arms down. Bend into the left knee, bring yourself back to the front of the mat with poise and grace, like you're floating back and forth. Take a breath in and then breathe out. Going to step back, bigger step this time for warrior two, weight on the left foot. Big step back. Creep it back a little bit if you need more space, get the hips level, have a little bit of a swivel of the hips there. So you find them nice and straight, breathing in, lifting arms. Lift the chest, breathing out, bring the arms to shoulder height. Breathing in, open the chest. Breathing out, bending into that left knee. It's hovering over the ankle, and then we're coming back, breathing in. Straightening the legs, breathing out, sinking down. So really think about the sinking down centrally, rather than the body going forwards. Keep a bit of pull in the back arm, in the right arm. Breathing in, breathing out. Go a little deeper each time, maybe. This is the beauty of bringing movement into the asana, is that maybe we can move gently into a deeper setting, if you like. Watching that the knee is not going out of line. We're keeping it in line with the toes, they're going directly forwards. Keep extending the fingertips away from each other. Keep the back of the neck long. Keep the abdominals engaged and holding yourself around your center here. Holding yourself without gripping yourself. One more time, coming into that posture, pulling back with that right arm slightly. Lifting the back of the neck, back of the neck, back of the head, top of the head is connected to the base with beautiful length. Come up on the inhale, lower the arms on the exhale, bend into the right knee to spring yourself back to the front of the mat. So give the legs a little shake in between here, reset. Put the weight onto the right foot, we're going to step back. Big step with the left. Let it land, maybe take it a bit further back if you want more space. Square the hips, facing the long edge of the mat, breathing in. Lift up the arms, lift the fingers to the ceiling, breathing out, bring the arms down to shoulder height, breathing in, extend the fingertips away from each other, open the heart, bending into the right knee, going deep, and use the inhale to come up, coming in and out. So feel the strength in the legs, they're both working away from each other, the feet, inhaling, exhaling, we're moving with the breath, we're moving in time, coordinated with our breath. And this way, the body is like supported all the time. Our focus of attention is brought into much more clarity. And we're really with our body, we're really with our breath. And we are with these things so little, this is great to practice this very, very specifically in our yoga practice. Come up on the inhale. One more time, sink into the posture. Really think about pushing back into that back leg. Strong left thigh, strong left buttock. Extend the fingertips away from each other, lift the back of the neck. Feel the abdominals and the back working together. Expand around the center. Breathe, smile, enjoy. Use the inhale to come up. Exhale, lower the arms down gently. Bend the left knee. And bring yourself back to the front of the mat. Give the legs another shake, keep the feet on the ground. Just give the legs a shake. Yeah, just feel the energy in your legs. Yeah. Good. Let's have a moment here to come into a squat. Feet apart, feet out to the side slightly, as then you take your base to the ground, let the body hang forwards between the knees. Again, shop around to find the right position of the toes, the point of the toes. And also, if your heels are lifted, place something underneath them, cushions or blankets, pad them up. Let the head fall forwards, let the arms fall forward, let the backs of the hands reach the ground. So you have this lovely kind of really super relaxed, surrendered kind of feeling. Let the head, it's almost like the head's going to come into the hands there. As you breathe in, you might feel your ribs pressing against the thighs there. Expand, and as you breathe out, make it a loud, audible sigh, a beautiful sweeping sound. Yeah, enjoy your sound. Bring your head up, bring the left hand to the center, that's grounded there, spread the fingers wide. On the inhale, just feel that inhale is lifting the fingertips, that you're watching it being lifted softly up to the ceiling. You have this lovely fluid arm that just starts to rotate from the wrist, but the whole arm might start rotating. You can enjoy and see how does that feel when I rotate my whole arm, get the shoulder involved. It's like it's just got its own little energy there. The whole arm is rotating. It's really being inspired by that wrist action. And then we go the other way, starting with the wrist, rotating, let the whole arm join in, it's just rotating. And it's kind of moving through space and coming back down to the earth. Notice how that works into the side body and even into that hip. Right hand on the ground, breathing in. The fingertips are lifted by the inhale. You're just watching them float up. And then it starts to rotate and move. You're watching it with your eyes. Enjoy the fluidity. This is a beautiful fluid movement I was talking about. This is a good way of just loosening up all those kind of straight lines. Let the whole arm kind of get into that beautiful spiraling human body sensibility. and then the other way around. Starting with the wrists, we're going the opposite direction, anti-clockwise, and let that come into the whole arm, maybe the shoulder and the elbow. Yeah, there's no kind of right way of doing this. It's just letting that kind of movement move through the whole arm and letting it come down through space and finding the ground once more. Thank you, ground. Push up into the ragdoll. Feel your feet on the ground. Maybe get the feet a little rub to remind yourself, here's my feet. Feel the ground. Let the head go. Breathe in through the nostrils. Make sure the knees are bent. Out through the mouth. Yeah. Feel the impulse at the base of the spine lifting you up. Try and do this as slowly as you can. Keep breathing in and out just to keep yourself very relaxed. And you feel it. See if you can feel it traveling up through your spine, traveling up slowly until finally your shoulders lift and sink back. The chest lifts, the head lifts, and the feet sink into the ground. Let's feel that feeling of length in the body. And just to increase that feeling of length and our full expanse on all our edges, let's pick the feet really wide. And we're going to have the feet pointing out at a slight angle, whatever angle feels comfortable, but really as wide as you dare. And then we're going to do this star, which is lovely. I love the star. So we have the hands at the heart center. It's all going to come from the heart. Everything is going to come from the heart. Breathe in. As you breathe out, let the hands come out. Let them come out in as big a shape as you can, like your whole world. Everything's coming from this heart center, expanding away. You can even feel your toes extending into the ground. Feel your fingers extending into the universe. Feel the heart is opening. Feel the back of the neck getting long. It's almost a feeling of the crown of the head lifting up. Breathe. And just to keep that sense of movement and extension. Often I find if you move, you feel there's even more extension happens. If I was just stretching, it's kind of a little bit stilted, whereas I just wiggle my fingers. Feels like that's helping them grow a little bit. Good, yeah. Maybe coming up, extending up to the ceiling with those wiggling fingers and then shining all around. Let's go right down to the legs. And we come up. Inhaling and exhaling, they're coming down. And this time we bring them back to the heart center. We're just going to take a moment here, just standing, and we're going to come into a goddess because it feels like that's a really nice firing up thing to do. So this time we're going to point the feet forwards now. Actually, no, that's wrong. Sorry, keep the feet where they are because I'm going to bend the knees. Okay, so just check. The hands at the heart center. Just going to bend those knees going out to the side. This is definitely going to fire up the energy. Always keen on using elements as inspiration. Had a lot of earth today. Now we're going to get some fire. Had fluidity. Had the water. So we're just coming up and down. Inhaling as you come up. Keep pressing the hands together. Keep lifting the heart towards the hands. Keep the shoulders down. Back of the neck long. And maybe seeing if you can go a little bit deeper each time. You can keep the support here by drawing up your pelvic floor. Using the buttocks and legs. Am I getting the legs nice and warm? Making sure also just checking the angle or the point of your knee is going in the same direction as the toes. Adjust the toes to suit that. Let's see if we can come into this goddess now. So if you know this one, you can go with me, or you can watch me first of all. So the inhale and then the exhale. Make yourself really fierce and really get low down in those thighs. Let's try that again. Breathing in, look up, and then out with the mouth. Tongue coming out, eyes wide. Okay, fingers really fierce. It's cactus arms as well, really strong. Breathing in. That roaring, rasping in the throat. Okay, let's go one more. So make it really big. Really gather your breath in. Good. Now I'll keep the colds at bay. Get the legs a little shake, bring them together. Loosen the legs. Okay. Let's come back to the front of the mat. We're going to come into a side flank stretch, which starts like warrior two. So it's a big step back with the right foot. First of all, just check your feet, lift the toes, place them down. Lift the heels, place them down. Weight on the left foot, big step back with the right. Let it land. Hips square to the long edge of the mat. Breathe in, lift the arms up. So starting the same we just did. Breathing out, bring the arms down to shoulder height. Breathing in, expand. Breathing out, bending into that left knee. So once we have found this position, this is Virabhadrasana 2, Warrior 2, strengthen this back leg. Put some weight into that back leg. You need it really, really even more so with this posture. And either let the forearm of the left arm rest gently, not leaning on that knee. This right shoulder is above the left, so it's not falling forwards. If you want to, you can take the hands to the ground if you want. And then the right hand is coming in front of the body. We're making this lovely arc, and in front and ahead. So whichever you prefer. And there's a lovely feeling, a sense of a line from the fingertips here to this back foot, the right foot. So making a lovely diagonal line. And if it's okay for you, you can look up at the ceiling. This is a strong posture. It's strong coming down to the ground because you need more flexibility. But in this position, you're kind of holding yourself up. You don't have the ground. So it's kind of, there's different kind of things that we're having challenges. So to come out, we need to first of all bend into that left knee. And on the inhale, drop the hands forward and lift the arms up. Lower the arms down. Good. So we're going to go to the other side now. So bend into the right knee, bring yourself back. The front of the mat. See how your legs feel. Then you give them a little shake. It's strong for the legs. Weight on the right foot. Big step back with the left. Get nice and wide. Get the hips level. Lift the chest up out of the body. So you've got nice length here. Breathing in, lift the arms up. Lift the heart. Breathing out, bring the arms down to shoulder height. Breathing in. To the chest, breathing out, bending into the right knee, checking it's going in line with the toes, it's not collapsing inwards. It's almost like a feeling, a sense of opening up that hip there. Now we're going to come into this side plank. So breathe in. As you breathe out, drop the forearm to the right thigh. Keep that left shoulder back. Drop the left fingers in front of you. And make this lovely long line. So this is where the extension is coming. From the left fingertips here to the back foot. We're pushing that back foot into the ground. Strong thigh. Extend the fingers away. Look up at the ceiling on the inside of that arm, if that's okay for you. If it feels too strong, you can always place the hand behind the back. If that feels like too strong emotion, if you feel too unbalanced by that. It is a strong posture, so you have that option. It's keeping the hand behind the back means you're going to keep that chest nice and open. So coming out of this, breathing in and breathing out. Now you drop the hand down, and as you inhale, lift up, exhale, lower the arms down, bend a lot into the left knee to bring yourself back to the front of the mat. And let's see how these legs are doing. Give them a little shake. Yeah, take a little moment here just to reset. So check the feet, hips width apart, parallel. Lift the heels, place them down. Lift the toes, place them down. And we're just going to move and breathe a little bit to find that balance. Breathing in and breathing out. Drop the hands down. Inhaling, lifting the arms up, lifting the heels off the ground, bringing the hands together, looking at the hands, and then turning the hands outwards, coming out, and letting the hands come down to the side. So this is again another very much yin yang practice. Inhaling the yang, and the exhaling, the yin, the softening, coming down to the earth. Drawing this lovely circle with the fingertips, extending the fingertips out all the time. The palms are open up. And you can also think about this with our theme today, clearing and shielding. This is like a little bit of a shield that you're drawing around the essential parts of yourself. You know, this is you, how you were first formed from head to tail. Inhaling, lift the heels high, stretch up, and exhaling, the hands are coming down. There's a lovely little twist in the arms there. It's opening up, inhaling, active, hands together, then the hands turn, exhaling all the way down. Match the movement to your breath. Try and keep the breath smooth and even. And the movement it's a strong dynamic movement up on the inhale. There's a soft kind of gentle, steady stream of out breath as you come down. This is a great practice on its own. If you are still keen and haven't managed to get a daily practice of your own, then this is an ideal practice to do first thing in the morning. It will get your breath moving, it will coordinate your body and your brain, and it will kind of get you into that yoga mindset, which will carry you through the day, guaranteed. One more, breathing in. Very simple, very mindful, very harmonious. And you can do it just 1 or 2, 3 times, and then that will be your practice. Bring your hands together just to close that little moment. Okay. And so we come to our balance. We're going to come into dancer today. Not so easy dancer, but you can use supports. So we're going to take the weight onto the left foot, first of all. Get the weight going down into the ground from that left foot. Don't grip with the toes if you can manage that. And then lifting the right foot off the ground. If you need to steady yourself, use a wall or furniture. And again, inside grip with the thumb going back, or outside grip with the thumb going forwards. I favour the inside grip because it helps me to, or prevents my hip coming out to the side a little bit, but choose which you prefer. Inhale, this is where we really allow the breath to make us tall. Inhale, reach that left arm up to the ceiling, to the skies, push the foot into the ground, and as you breathe out, you're taking not just the arm, but the whole body is leaning forwards. You can make this connection from the first finger into the mudra and help to extend the arms forward, and then the right heel comes away from the backside. So we're really getting quite a very strong stretch on the front of the body, a back bend, the toe is going towards the ceiling. Get a strong dynamic between, well, there's 3 points here. The fingers of the left hand, the point of the right toe, and the foot of the left foot is going into the ground. Think about these 3 points moving away from each other. Dynamically, breathe, give them fuel. Use the inhale to come up. Exhale, lower the arm down, and lower the leg down. Slowly. Let it reach the ground. Give the legs a little shake. It's a strong posture. Give the arms a shake. Let's make some sound. Ah, yeah. Might start you laughing again. Okay, put the right foot on the ground. Plant it down. Get the weight into that foot. Maybe starting with that knee bent with the right leg. When you feel yourself settled and your eyes are focused on a still point, lift the left foot off the ground. Whoa. Any moment you can be off balance. And you can take the hand grip that you prefer. Do the same thing on this side as you did on the other side. And this is where we lengthen. So your knee might still be bent, but if you like to, as you inhale, maybe connect the thumb and the first finger here. Extend the other fingers out. Inhale, extend that hand up to the ceiling. Take the gaze forwards where you're going. Take the arm forwards where you're going as you exhale. And when you really think you're extended with that right arm and you're extended with the right leg, and start to take the left heel away, the toe is going to the ceiling, up to the skies. You're really flying here, you're dancing, extending, breathing. Feel your power. Breathe. Come up on the inhale. Lower the arm on the exhale. Just let that hand go. And lower the leg down. And again, let's give ourselves a little shake up. Give yourself a shimmy. Shimmy the shoulders down the hips, turn the thighs. It feels good just to shake it all up. It feels like it's kind of moving all the molecules around, something like that. So we're going to come into another balance. We're going to do heron balance again, just to settle everything down. Strong balance and a kind of more fluid movement balance. Okay, yes. So we're going to start off by standing on the right foot, lifting the left foot, lifting the left knee, if you like. The action's going to, it's almost like a little puppet, lifting the left knee. Breathing in, lift the arms up, stretch up, lift the knee high. Breathing out, that leg's coming down, the arms are coming down. Feel the lovely shift of the weight going to the left foot, let that land before the right foot peels off the ground. Inhale, move in your time. You might start a little bit faster to find your balance. Try not to grip the ground with the toes, shift the weight. So really feel and enjoy this, the kind of, there's definitely a kind of dance with this. It's like you can almost imagine yourself flying with these wings that are coming up and down. The inhale lifts, elevates, lifts that right knee. And the exhale lowers down. So we're keeping a steady, even pace. And also this lovely shifting from one side to the other. How does one side feel compared to the other? Maybe one side feels more stable, maybe one side feels more wobbly. Just notice these things. It's interesting. Be curious. Notice this circle we're drawing around ourselves. Notice the movement of the fingers extending, lifting up, lifting the knee really high, breathing out, lowering down. Notice that moment of shift, landing the left toes, moving. Let the hands meet that. So it's really about coordinating all the movement, making it enjoyable. The enjoyment comes from really paying attention. It's a very beautiful part of this very simple but really useful, beneficial practice, this moving balance. Really focuses the mind, really calms the nervous system. We're having a little conversation with ourselves here, finding that kind of balance. This is what the conversation is, it's balancing, constantly kind of negotiating, conversing, having some kind of dialogue with ourselves. Let's do one more. And down. Slow, steady out breath. And when you're down, give the legs a little shake again. See how that feels. So we're going to come into a half sun salute. I take a side body so you can see what's happening a bit easier. Just check your feet again. Really feel like, where am I now? Where's my mind? Has it gone somewhere off? Or is it back in the ground, back in my body, back in the ground of myself? So we start with the hands at the heart center. Take a moment there, pressing the hands firmly together, noticing those two sides of the body, two sides of the brain. We're connecting. Soften the knees, feel the ground with the feet. Feel the crown of the head, the energy lifting up. Breathe. Breathe in. Breathe out, point the fingers to the ground, looking down. Inhale, open those hands up, look up to where they're meeting. Turn the hands, breathing out, bend the knees, chest is forward, strong belly, fingertips touch the ground. Breathing in, look forwards, lift the head and lift the heart. Hands come just below the knees or on the knees. Breathing out, forward bend with straight legs. Strong on those hamstrings. Bend the knees now. Inhale. Push up through the feet. Stretch up. Breathing out. Lower the arms down. So enjoy this movement. Feel the breath in your body. Breathing out. Fingertips. Breathing in, look forwards. Chest forwards. Breathing out, forward bend. Really see if you can sink into that forward bend. Bend the knees. Breathe in. Breathe out. Feel the fullness of your breath. See if you can really experience that. As you breathe in, you're opening your body. As you breathe out, we're reaching the ground, softening. Breathe in, really expand, lengthen the legs, back and arms. Breathing out, forward bend, straight legs. Looking down at those toes. Bend the knees a lot. Inhale. It can be a strong inhale and a soft exhale. Experiment with the breath a little bit. So you can make it always the inhale quite strong, exhale softer and longer, maybe even. Bend the knees, soft. Inhale, it's vibrant. Exhale, soft. It's a good way to approach the forward bend as well in a soft way. Bend the knees a lot, breathing in. The eyes lift up, the hands lift up, they come together, and they exhale. Let's do one more of these. Inhaling. Exhaling, bend the knees, fingertips touch the ground. Strong belly, strong back, breathing in. Open the chest, take the shoulders back, expand across the chest here. And then breathing out, keeping that openness in the chest. The chest is coming to the ground now, and the hands come to the ground. Bend the knees a lot, lift the gaze, inhale. Hands come together, turn the hands, exhale slowly through the nostrils. Slowly, 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 slowly. And bring the hands to the heart center. Just take a moment there. Standing in Anjali Tadasana. Check your feet are in Tadasana position, which is parallel, hips width apart. Don't forget, this is the hips here, knees, ankles. It's kind of where, if you were hanging off a bar, where would your legs hang? And there's a little bit as well, another detail. Try and think about the outside edges of the feet being slightly more parallel, and that will maybe just create a slightly different feeling. Hands pressing together, chest lifting towards the hands, shoulders dropping back, chin tucked in, back of the neck long. Soft knees, so feel the energy coming up from the soles of the feet, from the ground. So we're having soft knees, but the knees are lifting up, as if the thighs are lifting up, they're pulling up, and you feel your tailbone is pointing down to the ground, the belly is held, it's stable. And then you lift the chest away from the belly button, expanding the space, and you drop the shoulders down. Keep this sense of the chest lifting and opening, back of the neck long. Crown going to the ceiling. Close your eyes for a moment. Breathe. Breathe nice and softly and just feel, starting with the soles of the feet, just take your attention from the soles of the feet, from the feeling and the surface of the skin of the feet and their connection with the ground. Feel all the tiny movements that are keeping you balanced. Where is most of the weight in your feet? How is it distributed across the soles of the feet? How do the ankles feel? Shins, calves, the knees. Just enjoying the energy as it travels up through the thighs and up through the hips. The position, this lovely pelvic bowl, the energy there, drawing up through the body, through the heart expanding out in all directions, all the energy from the heart. Up through the neck, through the throat, that expression. Down through the arms, the hands meeting here in front of you, and also up through the head, crown, almost like the energy is pouring out from the crown of the head. So you feel this connection between the earth and the sky, or the heaven and the earth. Anjali Tadasana. Feel yourself the mountain. Tall, steady, stable, full of beauty and wonder. Yeah, you are the mountain. And just open your eyes, just let the hands drop, feel that presence in your body. Hopefully there's a sense of that. And we're going to come down to the ground. So we're going to come down in a squat. Bring the arms forwards, take the shoulders back. So extended arms, fingers really extending out. Breathe in. As you breathe out, you're sitting back into the ground as if you're sitting on a comfortable seat. Extend the arms forwards, sinking back, strong belly, breathing in and out the whole time. Really take your time. Take your time, keep breathing, and then catch yourself as you come down. Extend the legs in front of you, bounce the knees up and down. So we're going to do a head to knee here. And then you give the legs a little rub. So yes, hello legs. Bend that right knee, draw it up towards you. Get there as tight as you can, get the foot close to you. And then let the knee fall out to the side. If you feel that your knee is very high, floating up here because of the hip has less space, then you can put something underneath the knee to pad it up, to support it. It'll be much more efficient for the forward bend. So once we have that in place, making sure you're sitting up. Sometimes people like to lift themselves up and sit, and the toe of the left foot is pointing to the ceiling. Right hand on the outside of the left knee, left hand behind you. Take it right behind. I kind of come onto my fingers there. You might have your hand down, you might be on your fingertips, that's okay. As long as you can sit tall, so the movement is coming from the chest, the sternum, from the heart. Breathing in, lifting. You'll feel that in your abdominals if you're really lengthening, and breathing out, it's coming again, starting with the abdominals, they're going around to the left, and then the ribs, then the chest, then the shoulders going behind you, and your head is following your neck, your nose, your eyes, and have that arm, left arm, as a support for your back. So you can press into your back, and that will really feel very nice, supportive feeling. So you can twist, and this feeling of the right hand on the outside of the left leg. Again, it feels supportive. It feels like you're really have stability there. So within that, the lengthening on the inhale, the back of the neck getting really long, the crown lifting up to the heavens. And as you're breathing out, you're just going to move into the space that is being made available to you. And the space is being made available to you from the out breath and from just taking some time and paying attention and listening to your body. Breathe in one more time and untwist to the front. Let's see how that feels. Maybe have a little wriggle. How does that feel? Yeah, a bit more space. Inhaling, extend up, look up at the hands there, wiggle the fingers, and breathing out, reaching forward. So not just the hands, but the chest is going with that. So it's not just the arms, and the body's kind of like, I'm not uninvolved. The chest is coming forwards, forwards, forwards. Get the hands either side of the leg, wherever they reach, or on the leg, whichever you prefer. Toes are still going up to the ceiling. Come away a little bit, breathing in. So you're lifting the chest away, you're lengthening the front of the body as you lift away, and then taking the body forwards. Not the head and not the hands. The hands can come forward if you want to. Breathing in and breathing out. Breathing in. Every in-breath, come away a little bit, as if you're making a bit of space for your belly to expand. And every out-breath, make the out-breath a bit longer. And emptying, there's a sense of emptying on that out breath. So there's space. When you empty everything out, there's space. You're creating space. You're creating a deeper invitation for the next inhale. So emptying out, emptying out. And we do this with our breath and our body, and it becomes a significant kind of symbol or metaphor for how we can approach life as we become bolder and more trusting. To empty out, kind of as if each day you wake up brand new, you're completely emptied out. And then we're going to breathing in, lift the arms up, breathing out, lower the arms down. Just enjoy that movement. And then using the right hand to lift up your knee and lift the other knee with the other hand, and let your body just hang over your knees. Let the face fall to the knees or between the knees there. And just hold yourself, maybe with the legs a rub. Breathe in through your nostrils, have a little sigh. Let's make yourself into this little egg. It's completely little small egg or seed. And then we're going to the other side. Stretch the right leg out in front of you. Bring the left leg towards you as tight into the body as you can. And the left knee falls out to the side. So the left foot is connected to the inside thigh if you can manage that. Don't forget to pad up the knee if your hip is a bit tighter there. Right toes going towards the ceiling. Left hand on the outside of that knee. Right hand behind you. Get that arm close to your body so you stay upright. If it's here, you're going to lean back. So keeping it close. Try and press the forearm, the inside of the arm to your back. Inhale, lift the chest, long body. Exhale, bring the belly around to the right. Bring the chest around to the right. Inhale, every inhale lengthen, and the right shoulder's coming back. You're holding firmly onto the outside of that right knee. Drop the shoulders down, back of the neck long. Breathe. It really helps. I wasn't quite there then. I just took my hand back and really pressed that inside of the forearm against my back, and I felt, yes, it feels very nice. I feel very supported. Breathing in, breathing out a little deeper, moving into the space that is opening up. So we're creating space. We all need more space. Breathing in and breathing out. One more breath in and untwist to the front. So notice how that feels there. Have a little wriggle of the body. Extend the fingers to the ceiling on the inhale. Look at the fingers and take the chest forward. Just leading this movement, coming forwards. Chest is coming forwards. Arms are coming forwards. Take the body forwards. Coming into a forward bend. Taking the eyes to the toes, not looking at the knee. Hands either side, or you're holding the foot or holding the leg, wherever you are with this movement. Every inhale, maybe come up a little bit, come away from the leg, make space, as if your belly's really going to come out a lot. So you need to make space, and then breathe out, empty, empty, empty. It's always a nice idea to close your eyes doing these forward bends as well, just so you can focus on the internal experience and your breath, feeling how that feels, noticing how when you lengthen the out breath, how the body responds, how it releases, how it surrenders, eventually. And if you've been practicing this for a while, you might start to notice, my body is just giving me a little bit more room just because I'm being patient with it and I'm giving it lots of out breath. And then some magic happens where the body just softens. It remembers from the previous time. Now inhaling, lifting the arms up again, looking up at the ceiling, exhaling, lower the arms down. Lifting the left knee up with the left hand, lifting the right knee up with the right hand. Hug the body, hold the knees, face to the knees. Inhaling through the nostrils, exhaling out through the mouth. Relax the back of the neck. Open the space between the shoulder blades, really hold yourself. And then we'll just come into this little egg. So a nice rounded back. Now we're going to have a really, again, upright back. Open the chest, shoulders back. Chest is coming towards the knees there. And we're sitting forwards onto the sitting bones, not back onto the sacrum. So really strong back, and then start to have the toes either on the ground or off the ground in this little balance. Strong back. As Brené Brown says, I think somebody else probably said it before her. Strong back, soft front, wild heart. So lovely open wild heart. And we're just balanced, hovering, suspended, just the smallest little part on the ground, this little sitting bones. And then release. Good. Let's just do a little bit more on the abdominals. Yeah, I've got the feeling now of balancing and working the abdominals. It's kind of exciting for the body. That's one way of putting it, exciting, right? Exciting versus painful. So we just take the hands behind the knees. Nice feeling of the hands just like softly placed between and behind the knees. Sitting forwards onto the sit bones, open the chest, strong in the belly immediately. And then we're going to start to take the feet off the ground, supporting our legs here. And we'll try and get the legs parallel with the ground, first of all, pointing the toes. So it's a lovely position, strong with the belly. But try to avoid going into shaking. If you're shaking, then soften it a little bit. So we're still working, we're just finding where it's best for us to work. And then release. Keep breathing the whole time. Release. Head forward to the knees. Breathing in and releasing. Let's try that again. So you can do exactly the same thing. Or I'll give you another option. You can, again, sitting really tall, opening the chest, shoulders back. Neck is also part of your spine, so keep that nice and long rather than looking up or bending it forwards. Then you can either straighten the legs, or you can maybe try without the hands, have the hands going forwards. Or if you want to go for the full on, then you can extend the legs. Breathe, whatever you're doing, making sure you're not going into shaking, kind of quaking. We don't really want to put our body into that position. We want to just find a position which we can work with. Breathe and then release again. Stretch the legs out, bounce the legs up and down, just release them a little bit. Before we lie down, we're going to do a last little bit of work on the abdominals. You, of course, can just lie down if you want to, but we're going to breathe and make it soft. Making this last bit of effort, if only just to have it sweeter when we do release and let go and lie down. It is so much sweeter once we've made that bit of effort, that strong feeling. Release, let the body relax on the ground. Put some space between the heels maybe as wide as the mat. So really release. When that happens, it really releases the hips here. The arms fall away from the body, back to the arms on the ground. Back of the neck is nice and long. Some of us need a small folded blanket here or a very small cushion just to keep, what we don't want is the chin higher than the forehead. So if this isn't possible, then put something underneath your head so that you have a much more aligned spine. Otherwise, just keep the chin slightly tucked in. Close the eyes for a second, breathing in through the nostrils. Sigh out through the mouth. Let's just bring the legs together now and give ourselves a full stretch. Extending the arms above the head. Point the toes, extend, breathe. And let's just move and extend the front and the back of the body. So inhaling, point the toes, keep extending the fingers away. Exhaling, push the heels away. Inhale, extend the toes, point. Exhale, push the heels away. This is also good for the feet and the ankles, obviously, but we're just getting, you can probably feel when you point the toes, the abdominals are getting a stretch on the fronts of the hips, the hip flexors. And as you push the heels away, your calves, maybe into your legs, maybe slightly into the buttocks, with the breath. And then just relax the arms slightly. I still above the head on the ground, but just so the shoulders can be comfortable. And let the feet relax, the legs relax, just kind of put them back and forth. Now breathing in. As you breathe out, lifting the arms up and bringing them back to the body. And just letting them rest on the body, wherever you want them to. We're coming to a close now. And if you want to just stay where you are, cover yourself, we'll come into a short relaxation. If you feel like you need to, it may be that you might want to just hug the knees for a moment. It kind of felt like a little instinct to me, but it could be that you're done, you just don't feel you need that, you're happy to lie on the ground. But if you want to just hug your knees for a moment, rock and roll a little bit, and place the soles of the feet on the ground, slide the legs away, and come into Shavasana, or whatever modification. If you need the knees bent, let the knees fall together, or if you have your legs up on some furniture, that always feels nice, or up against the wall. Any of these, we're only having a short relaxation, so whatever feels good to your body, and just place the hands on your body, wherever you feel drawn to. What's the body asking for? What does it want? And let's just allow it to have what it wants in this context. Easy to say, listen to the body, but sometimes we're not listening to the body, we're listening to our kind of, I don't know, our minds or other things, our habits. But when you listen to the body, we really take it into the physical and our breath, and it's usually can speak quite clearly to us. So releasing any tension that might be there, breathing into the nostrils, sighing out through the mouth. And do that a couple more times if you need to. Breathing in and out, releasing. And letting your body really sink and settle. You can get a really deep, sometimes a surprisingly deep relaxation just from 1 minute lying if you really give yourself to this. And by that, you give your full attention to your body and just softening and noticing where you're holding. Where are you holding on? Where are you holding? And then let your breath just soften. Breath is just taking care of itself. There's nothing to do here, apart from witness and watch the movement of your breath, witness and watch the relaxation process just happening all by itself. Body doing what is natural, healing, relaxing, softening, dropping and melting back into the earth. Just for a second, this is what Shavasana is about. Returning, the return to the earth. Feel yourself merging with the earth. And so we end with that clear sound of the bell. to reawaken ourselves, to revivify, come back from Shavasana, come back from the dead, come back to life, renewed and replenished and relaxed. So make your way slowly up to seated again, or you can always just stay there if you want to. And just getting the edges of ourselves, finding ourselves again. And breathing. Yeah. Wow. You know, it's kind of incredible, this breathing that we just take for granted, it just happening without any of our intervention. And rub the palms together. Some heat. Let's get extra heat. And then place the heat over the heart center, coming back to the heart where we began. Yeah, close the eyes, take your focus, your attention into the spiritual center, the heart. Bring to mind your intention, your sankalpa. And say that to yourself with feeling and emphasis. Say it a few times. Feel it, say it, experience how it feels when it lands in your heart center, how it's received. Good. Namaste. Thank you so much. Thank you for your practice today. Thank you for being here with me. And stay in that heart